All right, good morning, everyone. How's it going? Got another brilliant market open. I'm trying something new with the streamer today, so let me know if you guys have any problems. Not sure if you will or won't, but it is what it is. I'm also trying out a new audio driver from NVIDIA, which is supposed to remove all background noise from my streams. So let's see how that goes. So far, that sounds like it didn't work. So we'll see. Also, not quite sure how it's going to compress my audio here. Hey, what's up, Ellie? Buy more stocks. Buy them all. I bought all of them yesterday. I shorted oil too. I went long Randy, short Ellie. Wow, you bought all of them, nothing left. This market's gonna rocket straight higher. Woo. So I'm trying a different setup on my computer today. I'm on a 4K resolution, but I've only pinned a quarter of my screen to the streamer. So let me know if anything's weird. Also trying new audio, so let me know if that's weird too. I don't know what would happen if you bought everything. Audio looks nice. That's good. I've always wanted my audio to be the best part, the best looking part of my stream, which it usually is. All right, markets open. What do we got? We have trading activity. At, at least something on this channel looks nice. I agree. I completely agree. All right, DHI. What is that? DR Horton. Wow, people all of a sudden found homes again. They forgot about uh, they forgot about houses. Las Vegas up 6% today. We mentioned Las Vegas and when coming out of stuff yesterday, so that's not too bad. And I'm assuming we're gonna see. I never did take a position yesterday in LVS or win. Oops. Oh, come on. No. WYNN. Who the hell keeps typing S on my keyboard? Where'd my volume go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so a good day yesterday for win. That's pretty good. Good day yesterday for win. Looks like it may be a pocket pivot, which one was a little bit higher, a little bit higher, but so far so good on win. Not too mad at it. Soxel up 6% today. Look at that. Bam, if you remember, this ETF has a tremendous amount to go to the highs. Still very, very manageable in terms of percentages back to the highs. So that's only 55%. Oh, wow. I thought it was the bottom number, which was like 163. 354%. Okay. Ooh, my air conditioner just kicked on. Let's see if I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. All right, let me turn off the noise suppression and see if we can hear it. Maybe you can hear the other gobbledygook I'm doing in the background. Hear the clicks and stuff. That's me doing my. I'm listening to myself at the same time. So there's the clicks. That's me tapping my fingers on my desk. Sorry. All right, so let me turn on noise suppression. So noise suppression's on. Now let me tap my fingers on the desk again. I just tapped my fingers on the desk. Yeah, can't hear it. I can't hear it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so Ellie, I was just tapping my fingers on the desk in the same way. Let me tap my microphone. Well, I don't know. That may, if you're wearing headphones, that may mess up yours. Never mind, I won't do that. All right, Restoration Hardware up 4% today. That's good. A little gappy gap there. Gappy gapped yesterday too. It is RTX voice, yes, sir. What? My wife closed my door. I didn't tell you to close my door. Picking up because of me. What? Open the window? But then I gotta open the window.
Oh, poor
If I open the window, then I have to open the window.
Mommy will take care of you.
Thanks, babe. You can probably move that or remove that. Yeah, I hate opening our windows. I have a big light in my room. I guarantee it's gonna hit me right now.
You gonna be okay? Should I get you a jacket?
I think this is gonna assault me. Ellie says hello.
Hi.
Did I buy her the Tesla cake? No, but I did tell her about the Tesla cake.
I bought $400 and something worth of Tesla yesterday because he told me to.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's it at? It's down today. You're welcome. High five.
You asshole.
I'm listening. I'm playing. I got that RTX voice up on the computer. It's pretty good. Wait, there's a big truck going by. Let's see if you guys can hear that. You can't hear it at all. You can't hear it at all. That's so cool. All right. Wow, didn't even catch me. Oh, there's my coughing. It did catch my coughing. Yeah, okay. So we got Tesla up here playing with break even. We got a bunch of other stuff doing other things. That's my professional. Morning, Rob. So it's doing okay. It's getting some bird chirps. Not the end of the world, not the greatest thing in the world, but it's better than something. Rob's shorting Tesla. Well, it was nice having you here, Rob. I will miss your conversation. Wow, Soxel number 2 today. Let's check up some of the individual components of the Soxel. NVIDIA, AMD, Intel. For whatever reason, Soxel's killing it, but some of the individual, oh, Micron's doing pretty good. Wow, that's pretty good. We've actually broken a little downtrend in Micron. We don't really follow it, but looks like yesterday we broke the downtrend, and today we have a nice upward move. All right, I'm going to stop listening to myself. I think the processing power for removing noise is less than the processing power of me listening to myself and not going insane. DHI doing really good though. Oh, Soxel now like 8th. Micron. Cool, cool. All right, so far so good for the markets. Our space is playing tricks with me, but space is, after yesterday, kind of getting up pretty good today. Definitely has broken that downtrend. Definitely a pocket no, maybe not definitely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not quite a pocket pivot day, but that is what's called a 5-day pocket pivot. It's for those of you that are a little more schizophrenic and shorter term trading terminology there a little bit. So space, maybe a pullback on lower volume would be a nice another buying opportunity. You can see in terms of yesterday. Remember we talked about buying down here at the 16 whatever. Now we're like $2 higher from that. $1.50 it looks like. So that's pretty good for about 24 hours. The market gapped up to about 1%. So far it's been selling off about 0.4%. Some of our market leaders are still doing good though. I'm in no way, shape, or form disenfranchised by this market. Okay, so let's now I'm doing a new setup here today, guys, so bear with me. I'm going to try to pull up my other window. Haha, there we go. There we go. This way I can still switch windows with you guys and have other parts of my computer to do stuff with. So pretty cool. Take a look at our stocks watch list. UAL, Delta Airlines, getting a little bit of a bounce today. A little bottoming action. I like the curl up today in these names. Could be a potential entry opportunity for some really low prices in these really beaten down airlines. Yeah, that's not bad at all. You look at UAL, couple of trend lines here. You got that one. If you give up that wick, you can draw that on the bottom. You can draw that, in which case we've undercut, really without a tremendous amount of price pressure on it. And you can see the past 3 days have been fairly high volume. We've actually haven't seen 3 days in a row with that much volume, and we have very little downward price movement. So I'm not mad whatsoever at this particular. I kind of like that. I may actually try to initiate a position. Looks like play is up 5% today. So that's good. Although they've already, looks like they were up a little bit more. And they've already come down a little bit. And we mentioned Wynn at Las Vegas Sands. Royal Caribbean up 6% as they're looking a little bit. Oh, you look at yesterday. Nice green day yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5-day pocket pivot. And our Soxo CCL up almost 8%. So yeah, some of our beaten down names having a good day today. Could just be a 1-day event, but I don't know. I kind of like the price action lately. It's been very manageable and quiet down here in the lows. Let's see. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure the right play on these. We were looking at other options, potentials and options. Oh, this was cool. For those of you in the Slack chat room, go ahead and check it out. I think in random, Don shared this 151 trading strategies thing by SSRN, whoever these people are. Glanced through it a little bit. It's highly mathematical. I believe it's basically for kind of algo trading. But anyway, I think should be a good read nonetheless. I actually have been thinking, I always think about algo trading and how by the definition that I know of algo trading, I could never actually trade how I want to trade. It's like, here, put a model in, call it a day. I don't know. If anyone's like very well versed in machine learning, I wouldn't mind having a conversation about, like, I kind of want to put all these parameters, and maybe this is just done with traditional programming, but I kind of want to put all these parameters in terms of the candles and like volume and all these rules into the computer and then have it determine for me, you know, stuff. But just doing it with math, I don't know. I just feel like maybe I just don't know math enough. But anyway, yeah. So UAL, let's take a look. I don't know. UAL or Delta? Let's look at our volume aggregation tool here. They're both pretty garbage. Delta's actually a little bit better than United Airlines, actually. Hey, what's up, Christina? So Royal Caribbean down here too is also pretty intriguing. I don't mind Royal Caribbean. I'm not sure which one has the better volume aggregation tool right now out of the three. Those would probably be the three, other than Carnival Cruise Lines, which I actually already have a position in Carnival Cruise Lines. And as of yesterday, it was only down 11%. And I think that's most. Oh, now it's up 5%. Okay. And my play's back up to 100%. So that's good. That's good. And that's going back to January. Okay. Ooh, Soxel's doing excellent. Oh, yeah. Good job. Good job. Good job. Restoration Hardware looking good too. All in all, looking good, man. Telling you. Stuff's good. Hopefully it stays good. But yeah, I'm actually not too mad. Maybe Delta. You know, Cheyenne, I think there is a I think in algo trading, in honesty with you, I feel like I feel like there's another parrot. I don't know. Maybe it's just me and lack of understanding. I feel like there's kind of a different way that it can be done from traditional machine learning models. Because if you think about it, the people that do machine learning are ridiculously smart, and the sum of the IQ wouldn't be enough to do the math. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I think it's too smart for what we want to do. I think it's too intelligent. I think there's a middle ground, to be honest with you. And I know next to nothing about it. I've been reading up on trading models and kind of stuff like that. I've actually got a document I've started, but that's probably a couple of years away for even looking at that. Anyway, all right, let's get back to more realistic things. United Airlines. I kind of do like United Airlines in this area right now. We appear to be coming out of a low. I hate the microphone. Um, I think we looked at this yesterday, didn't we? Going up to, was it 57, it looks like? Yeah, look at that. Just rocking today. Um, like realistically, where could we get to? Because we're breaking this low range. Look at the volume this morning. This is a place to get in. We've seen this in the past. This is not a, I don't think, a signal to take very lightly. Even probably getting up to 35 with a quickness would probably do really well from an options perspective, depending on the price premium. Yeah, to get to 35 in 17 days, you're looking at about 250, almost a 300% gain. And I don't think that's too, okay, so that 3 days is a little too much. Well, okay, so okay, keep this in mind, Rob. All news is garbage. If they're going to open up flights, you're going to see it in the stock price before you see it in the news. They're not going to tell you they're opening up the flights before the hedge funds and the institutions get that information. Keep that in mind. So, but I think 35 is really doable and relatively soon. I don't know about 3 days. You know what? I'm going to take this little trade here. I'm just going to, let's do 1400% because this, if this thing runs, I don't know. Like, I'm super happy about this right now. I'm probably going to take a series of trades here. The more risky one, obviously, the smallest of the bunch, that's for sure. Yes, United Airlines. Call May 1st is in three. Yeah, 35 is probably talking to the bottom buying king. Yeah, we at least have some momentum. We just had a stalling candle, it looks like. Let's see what that works out. But so far, 5 minutes in, 1 minute into a 5 minute bar. Not too bad. Okay, so 35 in 3 days. I mean, it's doable. We've done it in the past. That's really risky. I'm going to take a really small bet on this, actually. This is actually just a fun trade, I got to be honest with you. Um, how many of these do I want to do? What are we doing? 31 strike? And 0.27. That's actually a tight spread. I'll just do a market order on that. Yeah, so that's like 250 bucks. Well, this right here is a gamble trade. I think there's another one a bit longer term that isn't as aggressive. This is extraordinarily aggressive. This likely will not play out. And if it does, I probably won't make the full percentage gain. Um, the smallest one you can take, I mean, this is only 270 bucks if I buy it at the market right now, which will hopefully be filled a little bit less than that. Um, yeah, so I think I'll just not that AD. What do you mean AD? You mean not that good? Not that bad? Yeah, I know. I think we've had one jump here, one jump here, one jump likely maybe coming in here. Looks like it's stalling. I haven't pulled any triggers yet, so let's wait and see how it does. Not quite falling yet though. Well, I got some really pretty good road noise. So the freeway from my house is probably about a half a mile away, and it gets some decent road noise, and I can hear it even I got my headphones on, but it's not coming through the mic. I can see it. Okay, so a little bit of support there, so that's good. Um, yeah, so 250 bucks, or is that 25 bucks? Is it $25? Let's just say I wanted to risk 1,000 bucks. That would be 38 calls at $1,000. It's even getting more aggressive here. This thing's fluctuating drastically, and that's just from a few pennies. Because if this gets to 35, keep in mind this will be a $4 option. So what's our break-even point here? 31.24. I usually look at it from that perspective. Break-even point. 31.24. Not bad. Okay, so that 5 volume candle closed, not a bad area. So I can afford 42 for 1,000. That's a 15x trade right there. So I don't know if I'll quite want to risk 1,000. Maybe I'll do 750 on it. Like I said, this is one that likely could fall on its face, but only looking at 29. Break the high from last week. Well, yeah, by the time it breaks that high from last week, it'll probably gap up. We've seen a lot of gaps in the market lately. All right, let's see let's see the actionable. So we got a little bit of what I click on. Okay, UAL still looks pretty good right there. So Rice Hardware up 5%, Soxel 6. So we appear to be holding semblancy of normal here. Tesla's down 3%. Okay. All right, so this, like I said, this is extraordinarily aggressive. This trade right here, super, super aggressive. This was 3 days to get to 35. Now, keep in mind, it's not that far away. 35 is 24%. Actually, another way to maybe look at this would be this kind of a trend line, which we're kind of, well, they have earnings coming up. Okay. In 430. Oh, never mind. So that's going to, wow. Okay. This changes things a lot. I've said it's very aggressive. If you're not listening to me and blindly taking trades, that's your fault. But yeah, earnings on 430. So the options expire May 1st. So you're betting for this after earnings. So what I think is happening is there are probably earnings bets being placed here. And I don't know, whatever you're willing to lose, that's what you put in this invest column right here. I'll probably drop it to 500 bucks. And yeah, I'm willing to risk 500 bucks probably. This is strictly a bet. This is a red and black bet. If you want potentially 15, 1600%, 35 being a recent level. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. 500 bucks, 32, and it's a 15, so that'd be like $7,500 win. This is a straight up gamble. I usually don't do this, but something just to me says, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. Probably will lose, planning on losing, but it's going to be what it's going to be. All right, 536 total buy. Let's do it. All right, so that's it. I did place that trade. Action this morning's pretty good. I like the volume. The fact earnings are in a couple days. Um, I'm not mad at losing 500 bucks. I got to be honest with you. Doesn't matter. For the potential 7,500 reward on an earning. If this thing does gap on earnings, now if it doesn't gap on earnings and say it even hits my break even target, I'm not. It'll probably lose money still because there's likely premium being built into here due to earnings. So we're paying, $17 for an option that's, what is that, like $5 out of the money? So it's like 25% out, it's like 20% out of the money. And that's with a 35 target. So, oops, I don't want to do that. I want to leave that there. So likely rush that a little bit, to be honest with you, but we'll see what happens. $500 is what it is. Now, that being said, probably a better thing I could have done is probably gone out an additional time period. See here, the same strike price was 323 for 17 days and 100% for 24 days. So if you're looking now, I probably wouldn't do anything. Anything right now would be a gamble if you're going to buy an option because there's earnings in the way. 31 strike is 53. Well, are you looking at the 5-1? I got the 31 strike as 24. I don't know. Yeah, this is Ameritrade data, and so this is Ameritrade data, and then I actually trade on E-Trade, so I'm getting two data sources here. So I was executed, it looks like at 18. I was executed at 18, so it's a little bit high. So my Ameritrade data is pulling 17, which is probably 18 now because I just bought. So the options market's actually doing with that. For 51, that looks like it's 29 or so. Oh, so looks like I've already made a little bit of money. Are we going back up? I told you I like this setup. Now this again, this is an extraordinarily aggressive options play. 15x reward for 500 bucks to make 7,500. For me, that's a really good risk reward. I'm not mad at that. I was looking at maybe buying this longer term anyways, but with earnings coming up and that type of a target. Now keep in mind, I can hit 32, 33, 34, in which case I'll make a lot less than that percentage, but it's going to be what it's going to be. Off by about 2 strike prices. Well, probably what you can do, Rob, is if you are interested. Well, I said that earlier, Ellie. I said this is a red-black bet. That's exactly what I said. This is like a red-black bet on roulette, including the odds with both with a 0 and a double 0. Okay, so if you want to do it, Rob, I'm not saying you should, but if you're going to, just buy one option, see where the fill comes in at, and then you can try to buy additionals if you want to do that. Now, one thing that could be happening is, and I don't know this for sure, I have heard stories of brokers arbitraging the market. So they'll basically sell to you at 50 and they'll buy for 17. I've heard of that. I can't say that's for sure what's happening, but it could potentially happen. Gonna buy Tesla from that? No. Hey, it's my money. I'm gambling with it. This is a gamble. But I like the setup. And 35 is the recent high. I'm not even really asking for that much. Like I said, it's a gamble. If it doesn't work out and I'm able to close it out for $200 and I lose 300 bucks, that's fine too. But I kind of like the accumulation of this past week down here. Kind of elevated volume in this area, so You should try drugs. Go for it, Ellie. Go for it. All right. And as we're doing this, the market is pulling back 0.15%. So we're basically selling off at this stage of the game. So I may have just lost my 500 bucks for no reason. I've stated it's a gamble. It is a gamble. It's nothing but a gamble. So go for it. Or don't. Don't go for it, actually. Don't do that. Don't do that trade. Horrible trade. Net down 4%. Square, Fortinet, RH coming down a little bit, 375. Restoration Hardware up here. So my Restoration Hardware option is actually really up really nicely right now. I think my goal on this one was, yeah, it looks like it was up there to about the 200 daily moving average. So 170, we're at 150, and I have this until June. So it looks like that. Looks like I do have some time left on this option. Definitely could pull back. We'll see what happens. Market almost flat right now. Let's take a look at the Qs. And definitely rolling over here on the Qs. Yeah, pretty interesting there. So we'll see. This could be a market double top. Could be, could be, could be. Not quite sure I want to start yanking gains off the table, but with Tesla's just been on fire, and Tesla down as much as it is today is probably kind of a bellwether for some of the market. Because yesterday had a phenomenal day. They do have earnings coming up as well. Oh, you put it up in Slack? Let me see. You've got, so let me pull up, well, I gotta put UAL up here. Okay, so coming down a little bit already. No, don't do that. I'm starting to feel a little bit happy. Doesn't matter. Earnings is, with earnings in 2 days, that's all that matters. None of this, unless it just crashes and I'm just done. Then that matters. What do we got here? Where's your, oh, strike. Okay. So strike call, you're looking at, let's just say we're looking at 31. I've got 18. Yeah, you got 53. That's May 8th. This is May 1st. So you may not have this May 1st strike price. So that's what it is. Yeah. So you're right here. Your 31 is likely already, yeah. So you're looking at May 8th, 10 days away. I'm looking at May 3rd, 3 days away. So we actually looked at that, and for that particular May 8th, going, if it goes to 35, at 31 is still 684%, which is probably more now since we pulled back. So yeah, so your strike price at 32 at 30 cents is 900%. I mean, look, you can do whatever's clever, the payoff isn't as good, so you probably should um well, it's the same risk. You're still, wow, look at that, 2,700%. Should put another $500. No, I'm not going to do that. Nice big decline right there. So off to the gates here pretty nicely this morning, and a little bit of a drop off. We'll see how it goes. Market now negative. Okay. Market now negative. Do we have earnings coming out today? I'm sure we have some earnings. check out our earnings calendar. NASDAQ earnings calendar. So we got Google tomorrow. Thanks for the 1/3 ad. Oh, okay, it's gone. 425 is UPS. Okay, so that's already, it's like that. I'm gonna actually drag this to another screen so I can just look at it and we can look at charts. Tesla tomorrow. Okay, maybe that's why it's selling off today. They're trying to get some shares out of some people or something. Looks like Pfizer, NVS, which I think is a pharmaceutical company. So they're tanking MMM, which is 3M, actually bullish. Can I just sort by date? Oh, that's last year. Oh. Oh, so these are those reporting today. Let's look at those that reported yesterday and see how that worked out. Oh yeah, baby. This is good. I need to figure this screen out. So right now I've got what you guys can see is 1/4 of my screen because I got a 4K monitor. In all honesty, I think if I had to do it again, I don't know if I would do a 43-inch monitor, to be honest with you. I probably would go 3-screen with super thin bezel because I can angle them. I can't see the edges of the screen if I'm in the middle and close up enough to see 4K. Okay, so I'm just going to go down the list. CNI, KDP, mixed NXPI, PPG, gap up so far. ARE, CMS, not bad. Yeah, they don't really make curved screens anymore. Did you tell me curved screen? I actually don't. In this situation, yes, curved screen 100%. I agree with you on that, but I didn't see any. If I would have saw a curved screen, I would have got it. All right, CMS looks like us didn't do much at all. Let's look for some that we know about. UHS. They don't make curves. They don't make curved screens anymore. I actually looked it up the other day. FFIV up 11% today, so that's a nice gap up. Seaboard Corporate, especially in a 43-inch, they barely even make 43-inch TVs. I'm not sure what Seaboard Corporation is, but there you go. Okay, so they're moving up on negative $88 earnings. Sounds about right. Sounds legit. Sounds legit. No, that's just online, Ellie. It's just online and Best Buy too. Well, online at Best Buy, they were still closed when I bought it. Yeah, I will say this, Rob, don't get super sucked into options, my friend. Um, it's it can start to get enticing. It is extraordinarily dangerous. So it is extraordinarily dangerous. I don't even think Ellie wants me to ever talk about options, but I'm just telling you guys what I do. And every time I do talk about an option, some are gambles, like this is a straight up gamble. Other ones aren't necessarily gambles, but there's definitely still major risk involved. Major risk. Banner Corporation up a little bit. Yeah, fair enough. So what I recommend to do if you do want to play with if you do want to look into trading options, just paper trade for a long time. Like just paper trade because it is a huge gamble. It is a huge gamble in a lot of circumstances, unless you have a very well-defined edge in the market. Start chilling it. XRP up 5% today, ladies and gentlemen. XRP up 5%. We will be selling my house, living in a van, and buying XRP as of this moment on. Bam, straight up 5%. So I put my house up for sale. I'm gonna sell my kids and my wife, and we're gonna buy XRP. Yeah, I've lost a lot more than 3K. Also made a lot more than 3K too. But yeah, it's probably not something you should do until you have well over a year worth of experience. This is probably one of the few things where you can say, just don't do it until you have actual market experience because that's probably a good way to do it. Percent at 30 strike. Well, it's only 24 bucks, isn't it? Well, and which one you looking at? You looking at the 5-1 or the 5-8? The 5-1. Well, it's right there for you. 30 is 1900%. 31 is 22. You can go to 32 and go to 24. The problem here, and this is one thing I didn't take into account, I probably likely would have just gone with a 29 or something, is the fact that if it doesn't quite get to 35, these change drastically. So I do want to say that again, this is a gamble, but let's just say this gets to 33 and not 35. Okay, so you're still doing 1,000% at 31, so that's okay. But obviously, if you go past 31, um, it's going to diminish drastically to the point where at 33, you're not making any money at all because you've overpaid there. So I would stick. Yeah, yes, exactly. Exactly. I would definitely I would try to so this, 2650, this is where we're at right now. You can see you don't make as much. You, you, you don't make as much, and that's okay because I mean, if you're gonna even if you go here at 500 or 600%, 700%, I mean that's not that far away from 1,000%. I'm not mad at that. Um, that was kind of a fun slash gamble trade for me, like I said. So if I were to put a little more thought into it, I would probably go with a smaller strike price. Like if you look here, this 29 strike with 953 isn't that far out from 1100 in reality. Not at all. It's like 10%, but you're coming down about like a full dollar in like four strike prices. So you're much more likely to this is a much safer bet than this. As a matter of fact, some of my more profitable options trades have been when I had a closer to the money strike price than a farther out from the money strike price. And I think that's due to the fact that I'm a longer term swing trader more than I am kind of a shorter term trader. And so by doing that, I'm paying, number one, less, well, kind of less premium, but able to stay with the trend for longer. And I never, I think this is the second time I've ever traded this immediate weekly strike price. I'm usually out, like if I were to look at a UAL trade in reality for like a longer term, what I usually do, I'd be looking for the end of the year. I'm looking right here typically. And if you look at 30, well, I wouldn't be looking at 35. What I was originally going to do um, with UAL, which I just got sidetracked with Squirrel, was look at something like a 50% retracement. Could even drop this down to 50 and put a 50 here. And see 50 at the end of the year, you're looking at 180%. So it's a fantastic gain, but in no way, shape, or form, or even a 200% here at the 30 strike price. But in no way, shape, or form is this 1,000%. And this is to the end of the year. So yeah, this is definitely my more traditional setup. This is what I do 90% of the time. What I like to do 90% of the time. I have gotten in trouble buying some shorter term options. Most of the times when I'm in trouble, it's shorter. I've had some good gains on shorter term options. Don't get it wrong, but um, when I don't have the buffer, and see, here's the other thing. This field over here, I forget it's called the omega, I think theta. There you go. It's the theta. I'm not great with the Greeks. So this is how many dollars your position will decline per day if price was just flat. And here you can see going up to January, it's $1. It's actually less than $1. So it's going to decline less than $1 a day versus obviously if I go to June, in some of these strikes, you're declining $4 a day just on balance. Keep in mind, 297 means $297 here. This means $4 here. So just keep that in mind. But so that's one thing in terms of going farther out in time. You do pay a premium for the time here. You're paying $5, $6, which is $600 for it to go to 33 by actually 50 by January, but your time decay, you have a lot more wiggle room in the chart. If this thing goes up and down 3-4%, your option isn't going to be moving up 20-30% versus if say I go out 24 days or something, you see here some of these are $10 a day, $5 a day, $6 a day, and you're paying $300. That's like a 5% move in a day. So a swing in this particular option, if the thing moves 3% in a day, this is going to move tremendously. So it's a lot more volatile. The closer you go to the current date, the farther out you go, it's going to be less volatile, but you are going to pay a premium for that. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll put an options course together one day, but there's a lot that goes into this. There's just a lot that even makes it possibly safe. Yeah, you do pay for the weekends. Well, that's why Crown said never buy options on a Thursday or Friday. Always buy them on a Monday or Tuesday. And so I've tried to live by that. He used to be an options market maker, so I mean the dude knows his wheelhouse there. So anyway, let's get back to normal stuff. Oh, another question. Buy to open and buy to close. Well, buy to open means that you're going to buy to have a position. Buy to close means you've probably sold an option. So you can actually sell options too. So let's say you sell an option. Let's say this. Let's say you think UAL's done going lower, and usually with selling options, you need a larger account. Hi, James. Hey, good. Morning. How are you? Good. Usually you need a larger account to trade to sell option calls because and I think you have to have actually it's easier if you have a margin account. I actually don't even have a margin account. I just trade my Roth IRA. Um, Downside is being homeless. Well, there's strategy. I mean, there's all kinds of strategies, but I'm just kind of explaining what the buy to close means. So let's say you sold a 24 put here. Let's say you sold a 24 put. That is an open position. If you want to close the position, you would buy the put back, and that would close your position. Mine will, but I have to cover it 100% with cash, which is why it's unfeasible unless you're on margin. But yeah, I mean, it can be a disaster. It can be a disaster. I've actually written a couple of contracts and made literally a couple of dollars. Literally. Probably after fees, I probably lost money. I just did it to see what would happen and what it looked like and felt like. It was like a 10 or $15 stock or something. Yeah, buy to open. Yep. And UAL here coming back okay. Market down 0.1%. Looks like a lot of our stocks are falling off for Restoration Hardware. Nice gap day today, but it does look like it's pulling in a little bit. A lot of volume this morning. That's not very good. Appears to be a little bit more distribution here in Restoration Hardware. Hey, what's up, Tom? Oh, thanks for joining. Thanks for commenting, actually. Apparently you've been joining, just not you've been lurking. You're what I call a lurker. Um, so I actually use a couple of different things, Tom. What you're looking at on my screen now is called Thinkorswim. It's a platform you get with TD Ameritrade. I actually really like it. It's super powerful. It's actually too powerful um, for a lot of simple trading, but it has a ton of bells and whistles, way more. If I could simplify this, it would be like a quarter of what is offered here and probably be a little bit nicer on my computer. But you can get this. You can probably just sign up for a TD Ameritrade account and just get it. I actually don't trade with TD Ameritrade. I just like Thinkorswim. I used to trade with TD Ameritrade. I thought about moving back. Actually, you can see how much money I have in my TD Ameritrade. I have $23.40. That is my actual account balance on TD Ameritrade. Yes, you're talking to a guru who has $23 in a trading account. Um, it's a really good platform. I really do like it. Usually don't have too many difficulties. Um, TradingView is another one that I use. Those are these charts. This is mainly from cryptocurrency. Is this one, but I mean, does really good with stocks too. Has a very better charting features than Thinkorswim is. I think good for watch lists and having multiple screens open because it's a desktop application, meaning it's native. You can do stuff like this, which I can't do on TradingView. I can't do that with TradingView. If I do split screen, which I have right now, I can't change the size of it at all. It's just split 50-50. And that's because it's HTML5, it's newer, so they haven't built that feature. And there's probably a lot of weird scaling issues going on there. But you get those options with Thinkorswim and all kinds of stuff with Thinkorswim. So each chart can be completely independent. They have a lot of tools, but drawing trend lines on here after using TradingView for a while, it's kind of beginner, it's kind of rookie. I don't like it at all. I don't like drawing trend lines here. They should actually just straight up copy um, the way that TradingView does it. And then from actual trading, believe it or not, I use E-Trade. So I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool, Tom. Thanks for joining in, buddy. Cool. Yeah, TradingView is great. Um, it's a little harder on the watch list because look at this number of watch list stocks I got on here. It's super cool. On TradingView, they have all this nice padding and garbage, and I wish you could adjust some of that. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but just one does better at this, one does better at that. Welcome to life, right? But yeah, thanks for joining, Tom. Yeah, I don't know much about the Australian market at all, really. You dropped me a few curved screens and oh, you douchebag, what are you doing? Uh, you sure? Where? I don't see him. You're lying to me. Oh, now you got him. Now you got him. Samsung 2017 Ultra Curved monitor. All right, let's see what's wrong with this one. What's wrong with this one? Well, first of all, it's 1080. It's not 4K, so that's a no-go. Okay, let's let's do that. So that one's gone. Dell 34 inch, um, probably like $600. Discover the world's first 34-inch 21:9 curved monitor with panoramic view. Why do I need 4K? That's what I have 4K. This is a 4K 43-inch television. The reason I wanted a 4K TV is so I have a ton of screen space. This is basically like having four 22-inch monitors built into the same space, and it's hanging on my wall. You haven't seen the pictures? I think they're still on random. Yeah, go to random and scroll up. Here, I'll show you. You don't have to. I don't want you to do any work. I think I put them in random a while back. April 9th? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so there's my office. I ripped my desk out and I put the TV on the wall, which can go up and down. It actually articulates in all kinds of ways. And the end result was basically this. Well, so I've got a 43-inch monitor, and keep in mind it's 43 inches, and this isn't the setup I have right now, but it's yeah. I emptied out my office. Pretty much have an empty floor. How's that damage my eyes? Is that a real thing? Well, I'm close to it. I'm not like super far away. Anyway, it is what it is. Money's already spent. It's kind of done. I think if I were to go back from this setup, I would probably um yeah, I don't know. I would probably do I'd probably just go like I said, a 3-screen setup with super thin bezels. Yeah, I ain't spending $1,000 on a monitor. That's pretty cool though. That's dope. Yeah, my TV was 320 bucks. Pretty awesome. All right, RH seems to be holding up okay. We'll see how that goes. Beyond Meat made a turnaround yesterday. It ended up having a bad day. Had a big outside day on very elevated volume. Now down 0.75% on the market. How's our volume today? Let's look at the cues. Oh, cascading. Yeah, no bueno right there. That, not a super fan of that right there. Definitely undercutting some ranges. Undercut the lows from yesterday, so that's not so good. Looks like they're setting up to take my $500. EVR, Soxel. There's Soxel. I don't have Soxel pinned. There we go. All right, Soxel coming down a little bit. You got. Morning, Aram. What's up? Yeah, lots of distribution this morning. You see all this volume stepping in? That appears to be distribution up here. Just churning this morning, up and down, up and down. They're just distributing. Hopefully we can turn it back around there. But like we still haven't really had a pullback. We had a 1-day pullback, but that's about it. So, you know what? I'm not mad at sideways here. Wouldn't that be great if we just ended up going sideways? That'd be super cool. Slight downtrend right here. Maybe we can duplicate this line and do something like that for the next couple of weeks. I think that would be awesome. Imagine that. That would really get us going for the next move up. That would be. Bitcoin just did that actually. Dude, this looks a lot like Bitcoin. Way. Tom, thoughts on investing in TCEHY? Isn't that that's I know that company, I just can't think of it. Tencent. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've done some over-the-counter trading. All that really means it's it's nothing good or bad, even though it's good and even though it's bad. It's really not. Come on, I don't know how to type anymore. Ever since I'm standing, some kind of standing right now, I've forgotten how to type. First of all, your looks like maybe a breakout failure today. What's Amazon doing? I'll stay here for a minute. Yeah, what's up, bud? What? Where did you find that?
I found it in the laundry.
She what?
Found it in the laundry.
In the laundry. Oh, this is all my money.
Dad, can I have
I'll tell you what. Give that to you. Give this to your brother.
Okay.
I'll tell you. You know what? You can have those.
These?
No, one of those. But hey, we're gonna do our schedule today, and I don't want any. Come here, come here. You don't walk away when I give you. I don't want any problems today when we go do our schedules to do reading. I don't want any problems. You understand? I should have given you the $5 afterwards. Huh? You want it now? Yeah, I know you want it now. I'm gonna trust you. We'll see what happens, okay? All right. All right. Yeah, options trading can take a little bit. Well, I should have given him the $5 afterwards, but I'm like, okay, I'll trust you. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, so in terms of over-the-counter trading, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just over-the-counter means it's not on the NASDAQ or it's not on the American Stock Exchange, or the New York Stock Exchange. It's a different stock exchange, and they have a less stringent reporting requirements. So, yeah, I know, Ellie. I know. They're gonna get all my money eventually anyway, so. Uh, but I mean, all in all, I'm not. I mean, Tencent's a good company. There's no doubt about that. You do have a longer term trend line broken here on Tencent. I mean, all in all, I think it's okay. I think you should probably know a little more about the business and the company and stuff like that. But it is at a high. That's always dangerous when it's not breaking out at a high. So this one isn't quite breaking out. I would definitely give this some room at this stage of the game, and look for some more bullish action, I guess, if you will. Volume is low. At a high is not good. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what Ellie said. The volume low at a high. Plus, the candle's pointing in the wrong direction. It's pointing lower. It's not pointing higher. Um, so we can just fill the gap and try to turn back around, kind of what we did yesterday. It's possible, but you still would like to see elevated volume because this is the new high, at least recently. So I definitely would like to see elevated volume on this. All right, so market flattening out here at about 0.5% down. Nothing too crazy. Let's go check on United Airlines. All right, what are you doing, United Airlines? Nothing. You're doing nothing. What did I get? 32. Yeah, that was really aggressive. Oh, it's already down to 13. Yeah, super aggressive. So in the morning, it looks like there was a lot of premium up here, and the premium by itself dissipated. I bought it 18, it's now at 13. So see, that's how tricky options trading is. 18 to 13 is a significant decline. Right now it says I'm down 40%. Like I said, a gamble. It's a gamble. If it doesn't get to 35, it's pointless. Well, at 32 at least. It's pointless if it doesn't get to 32 and 18 cents, and I'll be breaking even on earnings day. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is just about where I bought it, and I'm down 40% on that option. Down 40%. Don't be like Mike or Randy. Don't be like Randy. So that's a significant decline if you have any kind of real money in that. Not very good. Not very good. So we'll see where the day leads us today. The market's been very stable lately. The other day we had a distribution day, a big down day. Could have another one from up here. We have some lower green volumes. So we'll see how all that goes. Let's take a walk down the action. Well, is DR Horton still doing pretty good? Slight sell-off from that morning pop. BLD up today. Wow, actually up really nicely the past several days. Look at that. After breaking out of this range right there, it's a small little triangle. That's a nice breakout. Should have bought that one, though it's not really on my radar. Manitowoc is next. Manitowoc was pretty beaten up. Is it coming back? Yeah, buddy. They have earnings coming up as well. Looks like in about a week, a little over a week. So Manitowoc at lows. Nothing super great here right now. We're popping above this 10-day moving average, and volume's still kind of low. So we're not seeing a lot of additional distribution, so that's good. Manitowoc, look at our weekly chart going all the way back to lows from, what was that, 2011? I almost have to do math on that to figure that out. All right, final look at CHK. Holy volume on CHK. 1 for 200 stock split. My goodness. That's crazy. I will argue this volume here is not reflective of the stock split. There's no way you've got this much. Wow. Unless it is, but that doesn't make any sense. Yesterday at 1:20 a.m. midnight jumped 50%. On your experience, how this is happening? I couldn't sell, and in the morning market opened lower. AYTU, is that the stock symbol? See, it's the problem with the monitor. Moving over to the right side of my screen where you guys are located. AYTU. Is that a stock symbol? It is. 1:20 a.m. jump 50%. I don't see the jump here. I see it yesterday. Oh, yesterday at 1:20. Okay, there you go. On your experience, how this is happening, I couldn't sell, and in the morning it was lower. Yeah, so this is called after hours trading. Yeah, so this is after hours trading. You check with your broker. It's probably best just to call your broker on this one. I think each broker handles it slightly differently. For number one, for after hours trading, I know for a fact you have to put in a limit order. You cannot put in a market order. So if you're trying to hit limit order, it's going to accept the order but try to execute it the following day. You're going to have to put in a limit order. So one thing I do, I don't do pretty much any after hours trading anymore. But if I were to do after hours trading back when I did, I would put in my limit order, and then I would go to the order book of the stock, which here you can go to. I think whatever the heck that is. It's price and sales, I think. Anyway, oh, the level two. You can go to the level two. Well, there's going to be strike prices everywhere. Anyway, I would go there and I would see. I'm thinking more of options actually, but I don't think options trade at all after hours. But anyway, I would see if my order was on the exchange. You may not be able to do that. I would definitely call your broker, Aram, to get a lot more clarification on that, and just to see with their platform how they handle that, because each broker is a little bit different. And after hours trading is kind of a bit finicky. What's up? You want to speak to me?
Brush my teeth.
You did? Oh, well, good job. Go for it, buddy.
I don't. It's gonna be hard for me.
You need a timer?
the inside good like the last.
Inside good. Well, try to go sideways like I showed you. Remember? Put it sideways. Here. Oh, you already have a timer? Oh, okay.
I want to try yours.
You want to try mine? It's the same timer, bud. Hold on. Stop grabby. Stop grabby. You know to hit start, right? Don't do it now. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I got attacked by children's. I got attacked. Okie dokie. So DH Horton's still doing good. Manitowoc. This is. I don't know why they've been in such a downtrend. I don't really keep up on the global construction, but this being so beaten down to me seems crazy. Manitowoc is one of the only companies doing those massive trains. And if you look, it hasn't really come back that much. You got me quarters? Son gave me $2 in quarters. Thank you, Ethan. Nice. School's paying off. He knows how to make change. All right. Yeah, earnings 5.7. I don't know about Manitowoc. Like, I like the business. I like the company. There's quite a bit of volume here. It looks okay, but we were already in a multi-year downtrend. I mean, what's the bet that this trend line gets extended? Maybe. I mean, that seems like maybe a possibility. Really hard to time though. Kind of hard to time this one. Winnebago. So this is Ted's stock. Look at that, rebounding very quickly here, extraordinarily quickly, actually. Should have jumped on that one. That one looks like really good. HEI still manageable down here. Look at this thing, man. Rocking and roaring, ripping and roaring and whatever. We had a longer term trend line here. It looks like it failed that and just died. I'm not even sure what Heiko does. Let's take a look. Let's Finviz this bitch. How do I open a new tab? Control T. Okay, there we go. HEI? Yeah, HEI. Almost a 10 billion market cap. Aerospace defense products and services. That ain't going away. So this another potential good buy here. Looks like their EPS this year. Oh, you're killing me. Advertisements. PE's around 30, depending on your time frame. Price to sales just under 5. Dividend is negligible. Hey, excuse me. What do you put in the ground there, buddy? Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much. You too. Thanks. Sorry. There's some dude putting a sign in my front yard. I'm like, what are you doing? It's my kid's teacher putting signs in my kid's yard. Ethan. That's funny. I gotta yell at my kid's teacher this morning. What's the sign say? Go see what the sign says. The funny thing is I have a corner house. My house is on the corner. I think I just said that. And they weren't putting it like if they were putting it in the corner facing the street, but they put it like right next to my driveway facing my neighbor. So I don't quite. Anyway, that was kind of weird. Vote Putin. What's it say, Ethan? Awesome Buccaneer what? Lives here? Cool, cool. An awesome Buccaneer lives here. There you go. Vote Bernie. Well, you can't vote Bernie anymore. You can only vote Biden. No more Bernie. No more Bernie. Let's check out investors.com and see what they say about HEI. Because again, coming out of lows right here, I mean, I won't say almost anything. Wow, they really like their spiders, it looks like. Yep, Sleepy Joe. 64 total ranking. Relative strength is actually pretty low. Um, Group rating is a C plus. 17% earnings change last quarter, which is not great. 3/4 is 30%. So it looks like earnings are decelerating, which is not good. 3 years EPS growth rate 25%, not bad. Retired Joe. Pre-tax margin 21, ROE 20. Percent change in funds owning stock -4. Accumulation distribution is C minus. Yeah, it's not great. Oh, interesting. So we'll see now down 0.87 for the markets now for the NASDAQ. I'll put the necromancer. You know what they should do? They should just have an EMT like at the edge of the screen, visible but not on the stage, just sitting there with some paddles. Just for both of them. I think that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. I'm gonna do that. I've got a green screen. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna live. Oh, dude, I should do that the whole debate. If they ever do a debate, that would be great. I could green screen myself, superimpose myself on their screen. I'll be sitting there with some paddles, and then every once in a while, like if Bernie thinks he's doing something, or Bernie, I wish it was Bernie. And if Joe Biden looks like he needs to be zapped, I'll zap. I'll go. Bzz, bzz. That would be so cool. I'd probably get more views on that than I get on anything I've ever done in my life. Noise canceling transparent panels? What? Oh, do noise canceling transparent panels so you. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna practice that today. That's great. That's so much fun. 0.91 for the Nasdaq down now. So definitely taking on the chin. My UAL trade is already screwed. I should have waited. Yeah, they're trying to hold it up. We'll see what happens with it. Soxel looks like it's slowly wasting away. We mentioned some distribution. Looks like that's continued another heavy distribution bar in that prior 2-hour bar. So likely to see some continued oh yeah, you know what? Okay, two things I want to do, and then I'm probably going to get out of here. I did want to look at Amazon because obviously it's a bellwether for the market right now. Has not broken out. Attempted a breakout for a minute, and then so far it's failed. Maybe we'll see. Actually, we can probably redraw this trend line. On the off chance we get something like that, we can draw a duplicate trend line right there for the interim. The other thing I thought was interesting is this looks eerily similar to Bitcoin. Whatever you said, Rob, didn't come through, I don't think. Okay, so let's look at BTC. wonder if BTC is telling the future. We are the future. I haven't really looked at Bitcoin today. So here's Bitcoin right here. So there's the low. It kind of walked up, kind of had a 1, 2 bobbles, then went sideways, then broke out higher. And that looks a lot like what, yeah, minus a bobble. We're missing a bobble in here. But that looks eerily similar. Can't I blow this up? Oh crap, this is gonna, okay, there we go, maximize sell. Let's, kind of eerily similar to what Bitcoin did. So there's our range. There's our high. We came down a little bit and then bounced higher. But you can see, so this had obviously a much more larger capitulative move. The markets, they don't really capitulate anymore, but yeah, so we both bounced right about there. We topped out here on the Bitcoin, which started our range. So looks like that's probably where we are now. So maybe we'll do a down day or two and then maybe back at it if we're getting kind of a 1-to-1. But this does look like it. So 3 small little bases there. One, the low, a small base, a smaller base, and now a larger base. The low. So I don't know, similar, but you get the gist of it. I think there's a potential there for some more confluence with BTC and the stock market. BTC probably leading the stock market. So you had capitulation down here on March 12th and 13th. And there's 12th and 13th. So we didn't really go much lower than that. Pretty much wicks only down there. Actually, only wicks only down there. And we stayed down there for another week before we started rallying. And then, but Bitcoin did not. Bitcoin, actually, yeah, looks like it stood down there for about another week and then started going again. So we're definitely seeing some confluence between the cryptocurrency market, which I don't remember seeing in the past, but in such a drastic event, I think it's pretty obvious, actually. Okay, is what it is. Yeah. So that's that. NASDAQ down 0.92%. Skyworks, haven't seen Skyworks in a while. How are you doing, Skyworks? So it was trying to break out of a long-term range here and came back down and re-hit that bottom, actually a little bit above the bottom at 70 and bounced pretty nicely. Trying to get out of areas right here. Ooh, I'm almost down 50% in my UAL option. That was stupid. Like I said, it's a gamble. And the price hasn't moved at all. Don't listen to facts. BTC is a hedge against the markets. That's right. BTC is a hedge against the markets. They do the exact same thing. That's what a hedge is, ladies and gentlemen. It's investing in an asset that does the exact. You want a hedge? Buy UAL calls. That's a hedge. That's a hedge right there. How's play doing today? Definitely rolling over after trying to break out right there. Hedge your badge. Hedge your hedge. You should hedge your hedge is what you should do. Why do you hate Bitcoin? Bitcoin's been fantastic. You had your hedge with a bigger badge?
I was.
No. I'm not talking to you, buddy. I'm talking to them. Get out of here. No tablet. I had my hedge with the sledge. Okay, now this is just getting weird. That's true. You can't buy Tesla with BTC. Last time I checked, how's Tesla doing? Down 5%. Oh, I gave my wife bad advice yesterday. That's okay. Oh. What are you doing that for, Christina? You should have taken that money and rolled it back into the friggin' power hour. I would have made you more money. On the way up, I would have convinced you that you were wrong. No, we've got. I mean, we caught, dude. We caught the market. I don't know, dude. The chart is the only weight that matters. So okay, so you go from 9K to 3K. That's fantastic. But it's a capitulation. It's a capitulation move. It can't go lower. It cannot go lower. It has to go higher. You've got short-term trading bias. You've got winning bias too. Oh, dude. No, it can't go lower than capitulation. By definition, it can't go lower than capitulation. Otherwise, it's not capitulation. Well, just stay cash for now then, Christina. There's nothing to there's I don't think you get involved at this stage of the game. So, no. Well, for an individual it would be, but not for Ellie, explain any jump in this market and well, I hope lesson learned. Oh, oh, you're in BTC? Okay. Well, as long as you're in it and it's going up, I mean, it's not broken yet. You're in play but don't know if you should sell it. Uh Well, the market's going into a pullback right now. It looks like we're already down 1.8%. The selling really hasn't ended this afternoon or this morning. So, I mean, this could be a fake out move up in play, even in UAL, which could just take my 500 bucks from me. Appears to be a fake out move in UAL. Now down 56%. Oh, they took that money from me. No, Ellie, you can't think it's market rotation. You can't think of it in terms of why did XRP pump. It's not an XRP pump. It's it's not an XRP pump. It's a pump from market rotation. XRP hasn't pumped. That's the thing. They haven't pumped. They haven't really. They've had like one or two positive days, really. They're usually in the bottom quarter of the market in terms of performance. So they're going to have their day every once in a while. Boo, UAL. Looks like we're going to sell off on earnings. Generally, it's probably what's going to happen here. Restoration Hardware is flat now after that gap up. Wyckoff distribution. I'm actually not super familiar with specifically Wyckoff distribution, but I sure know potential double top when I see one. Like I said, longer term, there's a potential that we put in this. We go ahead and put in this kind of range here for the markets because we already tried selling off a week ago and it didn't work out very well. we kind of bounced right back in lower volume. So there's that. But then we have another distribution about here. So, but it's not like mass sell-offs. If you look at the chart here, GNC, oh, dude, GNC's day yesterday, did you guys see that the rest of the day? It was up like 50, 60%. I'm not sure what the top percentage ended up being, but the thing just never stopped. Up as high as 90% in one day. That's crazy. Anyway, that one aside, we got Roku. Looks like they're coming down a little bit. Yeah, Zoom. Yeah, Zoom ended up going higher yesterday. It looks like down a little bit today. Tesla yesterday with a really good day. Today looks like they took that opportunity to kind of sell it down, unfortunately. Net hasn't really been able to sustain highs. It's kind of this choppy up thing. Twitter, Ring never got going. Coop never got going. So these all-time highs are failing up here, it looks like, for most of these. Twilio, Square, Netflix dropping as well. That's interesting. Atlassian failed all-time highs yesterday. I always thought it was weird that we would go right back to highs. DocuSign a little bit. DocuSign's actually been really good. One of the few that actually was into highs comfortably. And almost 1.5 on the NASDAQ now, 1.4. DDOG, LVS. LVS coming back into the triangle base. Bit of a shakeout move, it looks like. Or I should say bull trap. Regeneron, another one back into highs. Looks like some selling today. When do they have earnings? 5.5, so in a week. Space taking it on the chin. Amazon here. Okay, so here's the situation. The market's in a general uptrend right now. I think we've got one distribution day. These days are a little bit scary, but it's hard to jump in front of them and call the market topped. It's difficult to do that. So I don't know if I'm quite ready to do that yet. If you guys have some spectacular gains, like, I don't know, maybe a Tesla, but my Tesla's kind of a much longer term hold. You could look at potentially taking some profits. I've still got a bunch of cash. I never really did get quite fully invested again. So I may add to some positions as we come a little bit lower. But, we'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to get out of here, guys. It's 8 o'clock. So take a little bit of a rest before the real crypto power hour. But yeah, so definitely a big reversal for the markets today. We can't go up every single day. And we've gone up a lot lately. So I can't say that this is necessarily... probably just regular stocks, Rob. Yeah, not really TQQQ. We're not seeing large distribution. We talked about this channel here in the NASDAQ. If, we may do something similar in the TQQQ. I don't day trade this. I swing trade this. So letting it distribute is perfectly normal. It just has to come back. So, you're never going to get the top. You're never going to get the exact bottom. Never going to get the exact top. So it is yep. It's a little bit of a swing, but it's not. The question is the market done? That's the question. That's the question. I want to go further. I want to stay with the move. I want to stay with the move as long as I can. And we're coming off of basically a recent high, and we're barely off of the recent high. So I'm not one to be selling into that, to be honest with you. Get dividends from any company? Well, okay. First, you have to realize what a dividend is. A dividend is where a company chooses to distribute cash to shareholders. So, if a company like Tesla, they do not give a dividend, you cannot receive a dividend. You can't magically pull a dividend out of thin air. You can search for dividends on stock screeners and see if there's anything interesting there. Ellie, I just saw your note in Slack. About 4 feet away from my monitors. Well, okay, let's go into dividends tomorrow, Rum. You gonna be around? We can talk about dividends tomorrow. I'm gonna bounce though, guys. I only have a half-hour break between this and when I start getting ready for the power hour. It takes about a half hour to do my newsletter, so. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. We can talk about that tomorrow. A little bit of Rum if you'd like to. Dividends, not my specialty, but it seems fairly common sense to me. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.